So this is the thing is, should I share with you guys? I don't know, But because I'm such a nice guy, I will let you know. So.
All right. So hi everyone. Welcome to Watches and People episode 5. Right. So today we have a special guest here. Our first guest that is out of Malaysia. Right. Overseas guest. International guest. So really happy to have you here, Justin, and Instagram handle
JUSTINTIME.HK.
Yeah,
that's right.
Right. So so essentially as same as all the past Watches and People episode, we're going to talk about your watch journey, how to get into watches, yada yada from there, right?
Sure.
But as always, first things first, wristwatch check, right?
Absolutely.
So, all right, we go ahead, Tim.
I have the Baltic MR01 Salmon. This is the regular production edition. So this is my latest NWA.
Nice. With the bead of rice bracelet as well.
With the bead of rice bracelet.
Right.
That's very nice. Mm-hmm. I'm wearing the Prx Powermatic 80. It belongs to Vincent, who was the last guest.
Yes.
On Just the People.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's on the deluxe rubber strap.
The deluxe prototype rubber strap. That's specially made for the Tissot PRX, right? So you see it first here, right? Yeah. So we got first-hand access thanks to somebody.
And I have to say, it's very comfortable and also makes it, in my opinion, a lot more wearable because the bracelet tends to have that slope that is like, well, of course, it's bracelet, so it's solid.
Yeah, definitely stay tuned for our dear friend Woody infographic, which he will explain more in detail there, right? Okay, so what I have with me is also an NWA. It's a Notice Sector Pilot collaboration with the Matic Block, which is also our last two guests, right? Casey and also Vincent. Right. So I got this for I think about 2 weeks right now. No, 3 weeks I think. I wasn't able to wear it for a week due to a bracelet issue that I faced, but the guys Wes and Cullen managed to sort that out for me in no time. So after a week I got a new bracelet, so all good. But it's not about a watch review. I'll talk more about it. Yeah, I'll talk more about it in the next episode. Right?
Okay.
Right. So for our guest of honor.
Right. So I have a piece that is very close to my heart. It's the Atelier Wen. This is the second series called the Perception. It's with a Guilloche dial, 904L steel. So yeah, we have some close-up shots for that later on. Yeah.
Amazing. Very
good.
So I think we have a little bit of a sneak peek prior to the episode, and I can just say that one of us here is very likely going to be involved in the next match.
Very likely, I have to say.
Yeah. Right.
So, a little bit more about the Perception. It comes in 3 different colors. The one we have right here is Ying, which is the gray. There's also blue, which is called Piao, and the red, the salmon, is called Xia. So, the gray one is the only one that has heated blue hands. They're all in guilloche. And the crazy thing is, this is done by Master Cheng. It's a hand guilloche, which is not CNC. A lot of people, mistaken that guilloches are mostly hand guilloche, which is not true. Right now, the biggest names in hand guilloche are Voutilainen, Lane, to name a few. But in terms of the only Chinese guilloche master is Master Cheng. That's working with Atelier Wen right now. Yeah, so it's definitely a value piece at 2,788. It comes with a punch, It's 904L steel, same grade as Rolex. We can see the finishing just now. Yeah, the chamfering on the side. It is. A lot of people may have mistaken this for an integrated watch, but it's not, because we can take out the bracelet easily with a quick change, and we can exchange it for rubber straps. So in terms of the rubber straps, it comes in blue, black, white, and gray. Paired with the different dials.
Yes. Yeah. So Ken, if you're listening, Ken from Deluxe, you might want to work on this, right?
You should check out
this is the next one.
Yeah, check out the rubber straps. Yeah, but unfortunately I don't have them with me today.
Right.
So this is the Atelier Wen Perception.
Yeah, amazing. Yeah. So we'll talk more about this brand and how you got in a way associated with them and so on, which is going to be an amazing story. But I think first thing first, can you introduce to the audience? Not introduce. Can you tell the audience, who are you?
Who am I?
Yeah, like
How
where
I
you
got
from,
into
and so
the
on.
journey and all
Yeah.
that. Yeah. So
Yep.
Justin, of course, JUSTINTIME.HK, my Instagram handle. I think that's right. I've always had a passion for horology. Back when I was really young, when I got my first piece, it was a swatch, of course, but it's a swatch magic tool. Have you heard of that before?
No.
Okay. Would you like me to? I actually have like a little presentation.
Okay, okay.
Okay, I came prepared. So.
Oh man.
Wow.
All right. Because this is how I normally talk watches with people.
Right.
So here I have magic tool, which
Yeah.
is the swatch. It was given by my sister when I was 6 years old.
Wow.
So for this piece, it's relatively different compared to the swatches you've seen, right?
Yeah,
Look
I've
at the
never seen this
hands.
before. Yeah.
It's almost like a jewelry
It's
piece
very
in a
yeah,
way.
it's very intricate, right?
Yeah.
You don't see this level of finish, or not finishing, but the dial and,
Yeah.
and everything else on the swatch.
You know what? I cut that. I think that's the same hands as
Oh.
my tattoo.
Okay.
Serious. I'm not even
The
kidding.
hands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like similar, right?
for the hour hands, right?
Yeah, that's right.
There you go. So this was my very first piece given down from my sister. I still have it with me today.
Wow.
Which is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
And then after that, everyone wants it now. I purchased a watch, but we always have the G-Shocks,
Yep.
the Casios,
Yep.
and you can't get away from them, right?
Yep.
And then I slowly got into my first real piece. It was the Cartier Balloon Blue. But that was way before when everyone started having a balloon blue. I was extremely fortunate, as a graduation gift.
Right.
I
So
see, very
I had
nice.
the balloon blue. Okay.
Even this, from far, I would have thought it was a Cartier as well.
It was a Cartier, right?
Design,
yeah.
like,
So
the color.
in terms of the magic tool, I don't think I've seen them around anymore. They're
I've seen it before.
extremely different compared to
Yeah.
the swatches now.
Is it still functional to this
It's
day?
still, and it's
Wow.
automatic.
Wow.
It's automatic.
It's automatic, all right.
Wow.
And it comes with a stretchy.
Yeah.
So when I'm
Back
eating in
then.
Malaysia, when I grow bigger, easily adjustable.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. So after that,
Great.
but the how do you say, the time that I really got into horology and timepieces was during COVID. I have to
Right.
say, in some ways, COVID for me is a blessing in disguise. Even though we have a lot of social distancing, but this is the time that we are most sociable. Is that correct? Especially on Instagram.
Right.
Yeah.
Normally, during normal times, we wouldn't just sit in front of our Instagram and reach out to people.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
because we're so enclosed in our own space, we're so bored, seeing the families, you want to, go out, but you can't. So what I did was, like everyone would before we sleep, the algorithm somehow comes back out, and then it just triggered my interest for horology. And I remember this was not too long ago. I think it was last year, around April, that I rediscovered my passion for horology, and I got my first piece. You guys like to see?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Sure.
Definitely.
So this was my first piece back into the game.
Yeah.
It's the A340 Zenith Shadow.
Nice.
All right. So this
Great.
is not a strap. This is a strap that is not from. It's not OEM. I mean, it's
Yeah.
not from Zenith.
Yeah.
It's I commissioned it, and this is real Cadora. The other one's just Cadora pattern.
Yeah.
But this is the one. So why did I go for this piece compared to all the other pieces? Okay. First, this has no date.
Right.
A lot of times with the El Primero, it has a date. I do like date, but because this one is so, how do you say, classic, I wanted something different. And I told you before, I like gray for perception.
Yeah.
I have a lot of gray pieces. This is one of them. Okay, so this is the A3 ASAM sailing A340, if I'm not mistaken. With the nickname is called Shadow. The reason. This is actually a revival design. I think it's called the Shadow Revival or something like that.
It is.
It's because when LVMH purchased Zenith, the house, I think during the time they went to explore the attic, and then they found archives of the predecessor of this piece, and they redesigned it. So they came out with, but this is like a celebration of the old Shadow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is the A3. Yeah, A340
Really nice.
Shadow. It is. I mean, for a LVMH brand, Zenith, you can't go wrong.
So let me maybe walk us through the. Sorry, you.
No, please, go for it, man.
Sorry about that. Like walk us through the process. Like when you first get into the game.
Yeah.
Like choices are abundant. I'm
Yeah,
sure.
of
Then
course.
everybody, it's going to be a little bit overwhelmed, right?
Yeah,
at
of
first.
course.
So what would the other potential contenders before this?
Right. So I got this in Hong Kong, and one of them authorized dealers, because when you go in, there's a lot of brands, you know. But we got to be realistic. Is how much can we pay for the pieces, right? We got to be a lot of times like, you know, we might love the Patek and this and all that, but can we afford it? Sometimes we got to be realistic. Unless you're willing to save up, go for it. But at that time, my budget was around this kind of price,
right?
You know, which is I think I got this for 70,000 Hong Kong dollars, which is around 35, 36. With the ringgit dropping number, it was like 38.
Okay, fair enough.
But at that time, I felt, you know, I wanted something stable. I wanted that is renowned. I wanted something that is, you know, easily recognizable. So we have the Zenith, and you know, what not to choose than the El Primero. Right.
Great choice.
Okay.
And mostly it's because it's great.
Okay.
So I would say, to answer that question, is aesthetics. You know, at the first, it's aesthetics, because and it's one of my smallest pieces, 36 mm. You know, I think I'm a 16.5. I'm not sure, but this is my smallest piece, and it's a chronograph. But the thing is, I don't really believe in chronograph. I don't use it much. So
it's a nice to have.
It's
right?
a nice to have, but one is enough.
Your only blackout watch? DRC watch?
Yes, with me right now.
Okay.
Yes, I think so. Yeah. So this is the Zenith.
So it was sort of like a journey where you saw it and then you know this is it.
Well, not really. It's because at that time when I got back into the game, you know, it's like going to a candy shop.
Exactly.
You gotta choose, like, do I want this or do I want that? And then when you look at it, wow, it's so expensive. So you gotta start choosing again. So obviously at that time I had the Santos. I had the Santos with the quick change. That's the new one. I could choose between the boutique exclusive, which was the blue one, I believe, or was it the gray as well?
The both of them.
Both of them are boutique exclusive, right? And then I also had the opportunity to look at IWC, the Panerai. So it's either the LVMH, the Omega group, the Swatch group, or the rich one. Either one of those, right? So, but at that time, you know, I felt that this spoke to me the most. I went back 3 times, and I got on my 4th time. So at that time, I really had to consider. You know, I'm like, wow, I'm spending this kind of money, so I should choose well. And at that time was when the Rolex and everything was getting very popular. So obviously I had no chance to look at those. So that was out of the game.
Which is not a bad thing.
Which is not a bad thing. I'm really happy with this one, because a lot of other collectors, when they see this piece, you know, they're like, oh, nice piece. Yeah,
it's really cool.
Amazing.
Thank you so much.
Right, so I mean, immediately, I think starting off with just one piece already, we can immediately see that you are already starting off the ground being left field already. Right, so I'm interested to see what's next.
Okay, so the funny thing is this. Well, do you want to go through my journey or the pieces here? What do you want?
Let's go through a journey.
Let's
go through a journey.
So in April I got this, and in July I got another piece, because I told myself I wanted a stainless steel watch. Okay. Right? We always go through that you know, that process, right? But I'm thinking like, okay, I can't get Rolex because you can't get Rolex. I can't get AP because you can't get AP. I can't get PP because you can't get PP. So what are the choices for, you know, stainless steel watches, right? Can you name some right now on top of your head? What are the choices?
Omega.
Omega.
Right? Tudor.
Okay, so the thing is, I could never connect with Omega. I really don't know why. Maybe it's because they've been returning to the moon for so many times. You know, always, you know, so I really couldn't connect. I mean, I do love the 007 the version. That's the one, but I didn't get it. So the next piece that I got was actually a brand that is not as well known, called Gerard Perregaux.
GP.
GP. Okay. So the piece that I got was a relatively limited edition. It's called the Infinity Edition. If you guys are familiar with it, is the Onyx.
Very nice.
Right.
So this is the 42, right?
This is 42. It's the Onyx dial with the rose gold indices. So this piece is a bit funny, because when I went into GP, this was the only piece I wanted. I didn't want the other Gila shade, the blue, the gray. I only told them I wanted this one, okay? And they're like, I'm so sorry. This was also last year. I somehow always happen to find pieces, not the newest one. You know, the hottest of the last of last season. So I told them, like, but this can't happen. I only like this one. As you can see, the theme is coming out. Right? I like black, I like gray. So I told them, you know, you got to do something for me, you know? I could find one in Sydney, but it's super expensive because of the transportation and tax and everything else.
Yeah.
So it's really expensive. If I'm not mistaken, they were selling Sydney for around 80,000 ringgit.
Wow.
Okay.
80,000 ringgit.
Yeah. For it to have it shipped from Sydney to Hong Kong, 80,000. I'm not gonna pay that.
Tax
I think if I'm not mistaken, the RRP is around like 55-ish ringgit.
Very good.
Yeah.
Very good. Spot on.
Yeah.
Okay, around that. So I told him, I don't know how you're gonna do it, but you're gonna do it. Okay. I don't know how you're gonna do it. Like you're gonna find out whatever, but this, if you want me to buy GP, this is the only GP I'm gonna buy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I waited for 3 months.
They made it happen.
I first contacted them in April,
Yeah.
and then in July they came back.
Yeah.
Justin, I think I got your piece. Like, are you serious? Like, this is only limited to 188 pieces, and it's already sold out.
Yeah.
And you can still find it for me. So so there's a little secret. Just ask.
Yeah.
Even though they say they don't have it, they do.
Yeah.
But you gotta show them that you're interested.
Yeah.
Okay? So that's another thing I've learned in the game. So you're right. The retail price is around 55,000. I didn't get it at 55,000.
It was a massive discount, right?
I got a 20% discount.
Yeah.
Wow.
It is then. Yeah.
I'm the last one to get it in Hong Kong, and I still got a discount. Right after I purchased the GP, right? Good story, right?
Yeah.
A few months later, what happened? GP became independent. Okay, so I got this at the right time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because now GP is slowly rising up.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
recently, they came out with the entire rose gold edition.
Yeah.
You see? So what happened is GP is making a comeback. So if anyone's interested in purchasing like a stainless steel piece, GP is the way to go.
Fair enough.
So GP, I think it's super underrated.
Yep.
They make great movements. They make great pieces.
Rich in history.
Yeah.
and everything,
So
yeah.
why not? So I told myself is instead of going for like the big 3, big 4, big 5, whatever, go alternative. So it was after when I purchased GP, then my mind started changing a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, it's like why do I have to always support the big guys, the big boys?
Yeah.
Why don't I try something different?
Yeah.
So the next piece I got was a two-door.
It is different in the sense of a GP to a two-door. Yeah, I guess.
Okay,
Yeah.
because it wasn't a Rolex, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I got myself a two-door,
Yeah.
which is my very first piece.
Yeah.
You thought it would be something else,
I
right?
remember something else, to be honest. Yeah.
Which Tudor was that?
Right. So I was extremely lucky because if I'm not mistaken, I think it was 2 years ago when last year, it was the
The Corona, the
the
Panda.
Panda.
and
yeah.
I did
You
not.
had it as well, right?
Yeah, I had it as well.
Got it, right?
Yeah.
So this, in some ways, for me, is like a victory lap because in Hong Kong, you gotta wait for this.
Yeah.
I didn't. So I got it literally 10 days after it was announced.
Wow.
And they called me up.
Right.
But I had I didn't have a massive purchase history with them.
Yeah.
So when the opportunity comes, like you said, you grab hold of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because if you don't buy it now, you can sell it later.
Yeah.
Right? And the thing is crazy right now is because I think this has increased price twice.
Really?
The RRP.
Yeah.
Oh, increased two batch of okay.
But I got it. But I didn't get a discount.
Yeah.
But I got it at the lowest price.
Yeah, yeah.
And for me, this is one of the most stable pieces. You know, even whatever it's two-door or bigger brand, whatever, but it's a solid watch. So other than GP, because like two-door, it's also a very good piece to buy. You know, as a personal collector myself. So. After the GP, I got this in October.
Yeah.
So it was a very solid piece. I love it, but I don't wear it as much because it's chronograph. I don't know how to use a chronograph. I don't know when to use a chronograph.
Yeah.
You know, it looks cool, but
Yeah.
So
Let's talk about this a little bit more, right?
Sure.
So, did you put your name down for this, or were just given an opportunity?
I think they just we have a two-door Panda. Do you want it? Like who's this?
Yeah.
You know? But yes, I'll take it. Yeah. So it's an opportunity.
Okay.
You know, so a lot of times is if they present themselves to you, if you like it, then you just get it. Yeah.
So at that point, were you ever? I mean, did you ever consider any Tudor pieces at that point?
I've always liked Black Bay.
Yeah.
You know, and one of the versions that I do like is actually the Harrods. The
green one, yeah.
But it's hard to get.
Yeah.
The how do you say, the grey market's expensive as well.
Yeah.
So I don't really like that. And at that time I was like, I don't have a Daytona Paul Newman. Right? Yeah, so, okay, settle for less.
Okay.
But again, these pieces I'm talking about is still in a relatively early stages of my collecting. You know, because this only happened from April to October, 6 months.
Yes.
So already three pieces, which is for me, I'm like, wow, where did my money go? You know, because like once you get into the game, it's very difficult to get out. I'm sure you guys know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So after Tudor, let me check my list because I think I've forgotten. Let me see. So after Tudor, what happened was I got myself a G-Shock Cassie Oak.
Oh, okay.
Right? Classic, right?
G210.
That's correct, because I couldn't
one.
get a Royal Oak.
Yeah.
Right? So I got myself a
Same.
Casio.
We both have
Yeah, we both have
Casio, right?
Casios.
And then it was at that time I went online on Instagram and I started looking for more pieces, like to broaden my search field, whatever.
Yeah.
And that is when I first discovered Atelier Wen. Yeah, it was last year around September, if I'm not mistaken. One of those nights when you're about to sleep and you just keep scrolling and somehow you've fallen into the rabbit hole.
Yeah.
And you're like, damn, what happened? So the first piece that I saw was the Atelier Wen How, which is the white. It's called the Porcelain Odyssey. A little bit more about Atelier Wen. They started off as a Kickstarter brand in 2018 by Wilfred and Robin, both French guys, but creating a Chinese brand watch, which to me was a bit weird. You know, two French guys, but creating a made in China piece. It doesn't make sense. So obviously, when things doesn't make sense, it piques my interest. So I did a little bit more research, knowing that porcelain was extremely difficult to make. But they started off as the first project as a porcelain dial watch, which was already extremely impressive. So what I did was I really liked the white How, so I went on Carousel, which is the first time for me. I purchased a piece, but not from the seller, as I said, but I purchased it from the buyer. Because on Carousel, you're able to find people's history, which is kind of weird. You can see what people's been buying. So don't buy weird stuff. Okay. So I went to the buyer and I saw him purchasing the Atelier Wen. So I asked him, like, I know you have the piece. I know you have it. Can you sell it to me? And he's like, what? How do you know? Am I selling it? I said, no, I know you purchased it. But I haven't seen you wearing it much because I've stalked him on his Instagram.
Oh wow!
You gotta if you want it,
you gotta do what you gotta do.
You gotta really dig in. So he's like, you know what? You're right. I'll sell it to you. So I think he sold it to me for 1,700 ringgit. Retail price was 500 USD.
Wow.
So I bought it at a cheaper price, 500 plus, because it was Kickstarter, right? So the next day, I met a really nice guy. Shout out to you, okay? And then,
from Hong Kong as well.
He is from Hong Kong, but he's Australian Chinese, which is also related. So Australian Chinese. So I bought it from him. I liked it so much. The very same day, or the next day, I went on Chrono 24, which is also a first for me.
Yeah.
I signed up. And I was on the hunt for the next one, the next Atelier Wen Kickstarter, which is the G, the blue, the porcelain blue. Beautiful. So why did I mention Australian Chinese? Because the guy that was selling the Atelier Wen G, he was a Chinese living in Perth, Australia. So he is the second Australian Chinese. Okay, kind of interesting. Right? So I'm like, Australian Chinese people, collecting Atelier Wen. Is it the demographic? So I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. So after I received the porcelain, the G, wow, one of the nicest blue dials I've seen. A lot of people would say the overseas 4500V, Fusion Chronomet Blue. I don't know, like again, I think I purchased it for 2,200 ringgit for that.
Slightly above.
Slightly above,
slightly
but for that kind of quality, for that, it's something.
I mean, if you plus the first one and second one, it's sort of break even for both.
Basically, right?
Yeah.
Right now, they are worth a lot more. Okay. I don't know if it's because of me, because I keep hyping it up. Hype it up behind my back if you want it. So and after that, once you have two, you can't stop.
You might as well, right?
You can't. So fast forward for a few more months, I was able to collect all 5 of the pieces. So again, I'm one of the 2 collectors in the world that has 5. Yeah. So right now we can see.
Yeah.
So we have the thank you. So we have so I first purchased these two.
Yeah.
And then these are the limited edition. Well, they're all limited edition, but these are the 3 extra colors. So the funny thing is, here's another tip for you guys. Yeah, if you really like the piece, what you should do is go on Instagram. Really, go shopping on Instagram. So what I did for the green piece, I went on another guy's Instagram profile. So because I first searched for the tag.
Hashtag.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's 2022 right now.
Yeah.
The last time he wore it, I think, was around 2020.
Oh.
Right? So I told him, you have the piece, but you haven't been wearing it much.
Same
And
strategy.
then he's like,
as
you're right. Can you sell it to me? So he sold it to me.
Wow.
So he is the 3rd Australian Chinese.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my-
Are you serious?
Oh my god. Okay.
Okay.
He's based in he's Australian passport, but based in Shanghai, and now he's moving back to Perth. So he's the 3rd.
Damn. Okay. I don't know. Either
Right?
you're like extremely lucky, or like
kind of weird, right?
Yeah.
Because you guys don't know, I'm also Australian Chinese.
Oh,
I'm a dual
okay.
nationality. I'm from Hong Kong and Australia. So for me to be able to connect with these guys is extremely special.
Yeah.
Right. Amazing.
So yeah. So how did I get from these two? I actually have 2 greens. I purchased because they're only 25.
Yeah.
But I was able to get 2.
Yeah.
Okay. So in the very last round, I've actually found these 3 on an Indonesian website.
Indonesian website.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. From an Indonesian collector who's really
Who has
nice
3?
Who has 3. And I got all 3 of them thanks to him.
Damn.
Yeah. So
Okay.
again, they might not be worth a lot, but for me to be able to collect all 5 now
Yeah.
in 2022, it's extremely difficult.
It's like Infinity Stones.
Yeah, you're right. Almost like the Infinity Stones, right? So this is my journey with Atelier Wen. So obviously,
Amazing.
how did they get so close with Robin and all? It's because initially they had some flaws with the White Howl. So being a Hong Kong person, we like to suggest a lot of things. So I messaged them, Atelier Wen, nice pieces, but something's wrong with the dial.
Yeah.
And somehow we just chit chat,
Right.
talked, and then that's how the bond created. And now I have the prototypes.
Amazing.
Yeah, just like that. So what I'm trying to say is, never be afraid. Just reach out. The watch community group is extremely friendly. Everyone's really nice. As long as you're willing to, just say hi, we are more than happy to reply.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So that's my journey with Atelier Wen. So obviously, other than that, my next one is actually a piece that's also very dear to me. It's something that you have. It's the JLC reversal, but mine is in burgundy.
the tribute
the
burgundy.
tribute burgundy.
So why? My mother does painting.
Okay.
All right, she does this one called the Peony, the flower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so what happened was I actually created this for JLC. They didn't do it for me. I did it for them.
Okay.
Okay, so I give a little background of what the flower is. I show my mother's original drawing.
Yeah.
So this is the painting we have in Hong Kong.
Really nice.
And what I did was I used Keynote,
Yeah.
not Adobe, to extract the image. Okay, so here we have it with the poem, the bee, and the flower.
Yep.
And now without the poem and without the bee. Okay, so I did a little rendering still on Keynote. And it looks like this. So it looks pretty good, right?
That's really cool.
Yeah. Okay. So I showed this to GLC and I told them like, okay, I want to do the whole deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How much is it gonna be?
Yeah.
They say like 15,000 Swiss francs. I'm like, that's more than the piece itself. It's because in order to get this level of detail,
Yeah.
you need to do enamel.
Yeah, enamel
Miniature painting,
yeah.
okay, which is extremely expensive.
Yeah.
So actually, I got this piece for my mother. So I told her like I can't afford it, so I need to do something cheaper.
Yeah.
We need to go with lacquer.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna show you later on. So here we have the poem, everything else, very detailed. Okay, and all that. I showed them. So I literally did a presentation for JLC. And I told them this is how I want it made, right?
Wow.
Everything, and I did like both sides, this and that.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Okay. I even did this,
Wow.
but this is on Keynote.
Yeah.
On
I'm
Keynote.
impressed myself, which is max PowerPoint.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, even when they saw this, like, wow, Justin, like you're really good. I'm like, yeah, thank you. Okay. So in the end, it looked nothing like this because this was 15,000 Swiss francs. So in the end, I always like to make a little joke. This was a collaboration between me and JLC. So they pixelized my image. And in the end, it looked like this.
It's not too bad.
It's not too bad. It's still
It's a different vibe. It's a different vibe.
But James,
yeah.
it's not this.
Right.
But of course, you can still recognize it. Yeah. So this in the end wasn't too expensive. 4,000 ringgit.
Yeah.
Oh no, sorry. 8,000 ringgit. 8,000 ringgit. But I mean, it's a piece unique.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And being able to, now my mother wears it, and she has a painting behind. Yeah. And so this JLC is the only Richmond brand that I would purchase.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Really nice, man.
Yeah, pretty good, eh?
But yeah, this is not this.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I did the rendering. I know that, right? I was doing that job. I was like, you can give me a discount.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's really nice because they used 16 different colors in order to produce this image. So in some ways, there's some layering, some depth to it.
Yeah, but I mean, in our podcast, we have spoke about it multiple times that throughout all of our boutique experience, JLC is take the
By
cake,
far.
right?
Yes.
Because which other brands does it for you, right? Other people say, this is what we have. It's enamel or no go. Just that.
Yep.
The conversation ends there. Whereas JLC took effort.
Yeah.
Right.
They're more willing to accommodate.
Yeah, for sure.
So from my experience, I always say they are like the Ritz-Carlton of watches because for them, they really do pay attention to services.
Yeah.
So for me, I was really impressed with them all. So JLC is definitely a brand, that you can actually pass on to the next one. I mean, not the other P brand that you can leave it for the next generation, but this, especially when you customize it, is definitely one that you can. It's meaningful. Yeah. So this was also last year, so already 4 pieces down. I've been spending a lot of money. Yeah. Okay. Let's see what's next, and then after that we have the next one we have is this one. This is my very first independent piece, independent watchmaking. I've never spent this kind of amount online without seeing it in the metal, but there was something that really attracted me to it that I was just like, you know what, F it. I'm just
Well, what would you consider independent? Wouldn't this consider independent as well?
Yes, so there is a fine line between independent and micro brand.
Yeah.
From my understanding, is independent actually has their own movement.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Whereas micro brand, in some ways, is
Okay,
using
fair
it,
enough.
and then they can do like okay. So I mean, micro brand, independent, whatever. As long as you don't belong to a big group, it's alright.
Fair enough.
My very first piece. So this is my very first piece. It's the Chapek Fratello edition. Alright, so we have a look, please. Yeah. So this is the SXH5 movement. They call it the Entatique. What else can I tell you? It's please have a look. Yeah. So Chapek, especially for this one, it's a
Micro.
Micro Rota.
It's the Fratello edition, right?
It's the Fratello edition. Yeah. So we have the variety in green with the orange. There was 3 options: either full steel, orange tip, or full orange. My favorite color is orange, so I went with the full orange. And this also reminds me of my only Rolex that I have, the Milgras.
Okay.
Yeah. The blue hand.
Because the one that the milk glass that have
There's the orange,
The orange
lightning hand.
The orange
black,
lightning hand.
Yeah, the black and the orange hand. So this was my very first independent and one of the big purchases that I got online.
How much is it, if you don't mind me asking?
Not at all. I'm also always really proud because in Hong Kong we're tax free. So I got this for 16,000 Swiss francs. I think it was supposed to retail for around 20.
How much is that in ringgit?
16,000. Okay. 50. Wait.
60?
Is it? Well, right now maybe.
Right. Yeah. Right.
So wait, 2 ringgit. It's 75.
75. Right. Right now. 75.
Yeah, right now 75.
Right,
Yeah.
75.
I got this. I ordered this last year, July, and I was the first batch to send it to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's only 3 in Hong Kong.
Very nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
And it's the same AD that sold you?
No.
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 Oh.
So this was when I went without 80s.
Oh, right.
So my Tudor and my GP and this, those were my last 80s. And after that, I no longer wear the 80s.
Online.
Yes. Online, you're right.
Right.
Yeah. So this is a very special piece. It's because there's only 50. As you know, green is somewhat like the hit color.
Yep.
And I love orange. So I remembered very distinctively is I told myself I really want this piece.
Well, this is
I really, really want
1 out of 50.
1 out of 50.
Yeah.
It's not numbered, but it's just
It's
1
not
out of
numbered,
50. Yeah.
right? Okay.
But the funny thing is, after I got this piece, when it was delivered to me, Chapek blew up.
Yep.
Chapek blew up.
Yep.
So right now, it's almost impossible to get a Chapek.
Yep.
When I got it, I think they were doing yearly productions of around 300 plus. Right now, they're upscaling to 2,000 because they
Right.
blew up that much.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Okay.
did.
So after when I got this, I was not able to get another Chapek. But this is my favorite one.
Yeah.
Oh, it means
Dollars.
right timing, and you seem to have the eye to catch things before you go up, right?
I would say so.
Yeah.
With the GP, with the
Yeah.
Tudor,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know, yeah.
Yeah. The best part is you don't need to get another Chapek anymore.
Yeah.
Maybe.
You already have D1, right?
Yeah, well, at least for me, yeah.
Yeah.
So this one, they call this the Stairway to Heaven. I think so, the dial. This is created by the same dial manufacturer as Philip Defoe's Simplicity, Metalem. Metalem, yeah. So this is already stamped.
Right.
Yeah, but you can see there's a high level of detail in terms
Yeah.
of the dial.
Really nice.
And the bracelet you try on, extremely smooth. Yeah, very thin.
So it's as you mentioned, it's in-house movement.
It's in-house movement, yeah.
Right.
So this will be the SXH5
Yeah.
with the micro rotor. They get their inspirations from vintage antique pieces. Don't know if you guys know, Chapek actually has a partner back in the days. I think in 1860 something. His name was Patek. Patek and Chapek. So what happened was then Chapek left or disappeared, and then Patek found Philip.
Right.
So it's Patek Philippe. So this was actually an OG brand. So what happened was, I think around 2015, the founders came back up and they revived the brand.
Right.
Yeah. So it's. I mean, I'm really happy for what they're doing right now because
Yeah.
Chapek is definitely a brand to be reckoned with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing. And it's
Quick, well, not so quick change, but
Yeah.
you can change it with
Twisting
their,
it.
Yeah, with the tool. They have the
Ah,
tool. You can change the tool.
interesting.
I have a black strap. They also
Yeah.
have blue.
it comes together.
It comes together. It comes with the black strap.
Nice. Very nice.
Cool. Very cool.
But this was when before Chapek blew up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
Amazing.
Thank
Right.
you. So this was Chapek. There you go. For Radiant Green, the Fratello edition. At the same time, was because of this piece, I was able to make friends with Rob, which is the guy that co-designed
Fratello,
from
right?
Fratello, right? And also make contact with Dave, Dave from Fratello as well. Really nice guy. Okay, both really nice guys. So I mean, yeah, through pieces, you know, you make great friends. Okay. So right now you can see there's a little bit of theme. There's a little green,
Gray.
gray, black, you know, a little bit of that, right?
Yeah.
So moving on, after the Chapek, what I got was, again, this was last year. Okay, after that, okay, for my 30th birthday last year, okay, I treated myself to a pretty nice piece.
Yeah.
Which is also on my Instagram.
Yeah.
It's a brand that is lesser known because not a lot of people pays much attention to this, but I have the Swat's Etienne, which is the same movement as
Ming.
me,
Yeah.
but this is the Carrie Botelainen edition. So this is called the Roma Synergy. Right now, as you can see, I like textured dials, especially like Guilloche. So for this piece, is a bit different, is because I actually spoke to the manufacturer and I got 30 out of 50 for my birthday.
Wow.
And I actually got them to send pictures of
Yeah.
the watchmaker assembling my piece.
Oh,
I
wow.
was there for the entire process. So here we have the Roma
really
Synergy by Swat Etienne.
It's quite hefty.
Is it?
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah.
Yeah. Another grey piece.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, funny story that you mentioned that, right? Because for the Notice collaboration,
right,
with that, it's like it's out of 69.
Oh.
So I told them, it's like, oh, I'm keen,
okay,
but could you give me number 62 because 6 of 6 of February, my birthday.
Nice.
Right, so I was like, yeah, I just I'm quite there. Just give me number 62. Seal the deal, and it's like, yeah, you can have it. That's like, okay, cool.
And so just ask. Right?
That's one of the best things about micro brands or independent watchmaking. As long as you ask or whatsoever, they're more than willing to accommodate. For the bigger brands, I mean, not every brand can, you can do it for you.
Yeah.
But for me, this is what I love about independent watchmaking. It's the experience. For me, it's the entire process rather than just getting the piece itself. Because after all this, I tell you something, how I can actually prolong my honeymoon period with these pieces.
Yeah.
Okay, that's later on. But yeah, please have a look at with the
very nice. The dials.
Really. So for this is not CNC.
Oh,
This is
CNC.
hand guilloche.
It's hand guilloche.
This is the highest level of hand guilloche you can see in Swiss watchmaking. Kari Voutilainen, a Finnish guy, he's known for his guilloche work. So for this piece, if it's without his name, it's around 10,000 USD. Okay, without his name.
Damn. Okay.
But because it has his name on it,
it's
around 30,000+ USD.
Wow.
Yeah. Can you see that right there?
Yeah.
So that's 10,000. Okay.
His signature.
Yes.
Crazy.
Because this is done by his atelier.
Damn. Even the movement is.
Yeah. Let me take the please. So here we have 3 different styles of guilloche. We have, let me show you right here. So out here we have the Soleil, which is the sunburst.
Yeah.
In the middle over here we have the Poisson, which is the fish scale, and on the 6 o'clock we have Vague, which is wave. So only on one dial is 3 different types of guilloche. So a lot of people would think like, wow, it's beautiful. Okay, yeah, but once you look at the back, though,
yeah, the back is insane.
Yeah. So for me, this is what horology, high horology is like. Yeah, please.
That's crazy.
We have the snailing.
This is really cool.
And it's also a micro rota. And the crazy thing with Swatch-Etienne, which I'm sure you know as well, it's everything is made in house. The hairspring, everything is made in house. So for the micro rota, it's 96 hours power reserve for a micro rotor of this size. Oh, sorry, it's either 86 or 96, but relatively impressive.
Right. And then again, if you don't mind me asking, what's the price for this?
So 30
30,000
plus thousand USD. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, like you mentioned, high horology.
This is what horology.
Yeah. But again, I always like to joke, this is the poor man's Kari Voutilainen, because a Kari Voutilainen can easily start from 100,000 USD.
I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm not there yet, But again, poor man or not, it's by 2 atelier. I mean, Swatch-Etienne and Kari Voutilainen, you can't beat that.
Yeah. Amazing.
Yeah, I mean, this is like pieces we have not experienced, and thank you so much for that.
No, I'm more than happy
and
to
I think
share.
you probably had to do a lot of homework research to land on something like this.
Yes,
and then decide
because as I mentioned, I only started in April.
Yeah.
So I've done a lot of reading, a lot of homework, and that's something I always encourage everyone to do is before spending that. Because it's easy to spend.
Yes.
But it's so difficult to earn.
Yeah.
Right? So I always tell people is buying is okay, but really do your homework and buy what you like. Never buy to impress others. Which is why you don't see me having APs, PPs, or Rolex.
Yep.
That's the best part. Yeah.
Never buy to impress others, or never be in a way influenced by others. As in, like sometimes, you really want that pieces, and then you have that one friend who says, "Don't buy it because nobody wants it."
Yeah. So I buy it.
Yeah, you buy it. Exactly. Right.
No, and then in my mind I'm thinking like that's good because if you're not gonna buy it, I'll get it.
Yeah.
Even better.
Yeah.
Because for me, independent watchmaking, it has the good and the bad. It's the good is because you like it and all that, and the bad is you don't want to share. You know, when you
Yeah.
find your own, you know, you find your own makers, you want to keep it to yourself. You know,
Yeah.
until I buy it, then I'll tell you guys.
Yeah.
But so you know, go for Chapek, go for Swats Etienne. Don't worry, I have it already. Okay, but Swats Etienne, especially this version, it's very very well done. And because of this piece, I've actually made a lot of other really good friends on Instagram. Very good friends. One of them was actually Mikhail Dunin, who is the founder of Chopin Watches in Bologna. He was actually the one that introduced me to this watch.
Wow.
I first saw on his page and I asked him one question. He sent me 9 messages back. He sent me videos. He told me how good it is. I'm like, bro, I wasn't expecting you know, this warm welcome. It was because of, you know, people like him that really got me into like asking questions, you know, and it's fine, whatever.
There's a few colorways, right? If I'm not mistaken, for
Yeah.
this Roma Synergy.
Yes, that's very good. So after this, because they came out with the royal blue and the sand gray, these two, and because it did relatively well after I bought it. Really, I think so. And then another really close friend of mine who is the who is the founder of EWC, Emirates Watch Club. He created the piece, the group unique, which is 9 pieces, the one with red. And after that, when that did really well, things just blew up. And now everyone has their own piece unique. So feel free to reach out to Swats Etienne. They're more than happy to, you know, customize a unique dial for you. So, but for me, I like gray, so I don't have to pay extra. And being able to get 30 on my 30th birthday, perfect.
30, 30, and 30 as well.
Yeah.
In terms of-
Everything 30,
30, right?
Amazing. Yeah.
Really nice.
That's really cool.
Do you wear it often?
I do.
Yeah.
I take very good care of my pieces, but this one, because I'm dressed relatively casual, so this one I have to leave it for the weddings and all that, dressier times.
Right.
So I want to spend more time with it, but it's so hot in Malaysia. It's kind of difficult to be rocking
Dress
this
up,
out.
So you're not a, I would say, a person that babies the watch, right?
Well,
To a certain extent.
yes. I mean, I don't really baby, but at the same time, I do. Like you can see the scratches on the Chapek on this as well.
Yeah.
But I don't.
You don't trash
I
it.
don't, I don't trash it.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not cheap.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I worked very hard for this. And then after this Swats Etienne, what I got was I then got the 3.
Perception.
The perception. Yeah. So thank you to Robin for that, for hooking me up, and they'll be arriving in November.
Nice.
And then
So wait, 3 as in another grey one as well?
no, so this is the prototype.
Right.
So I have to return this. I'm gonna return this.
Okay, got it.
So mine will be numbered.
Right.
So this is 000.
Okay.
Yeah. But again, because I'm such a big fan, I got the red, the salmon, the blue, and the gray.
Right. Is it on your current age right now, or like next year's age of 31, or? Like...
No. It's 2021, 22.
Okay. Any reason why?
Well, I was born on October 21st.
Right.
So and I don't want to get like 10 and.
Okay,
and,
fair enough.
Whatever.
October 21st.
Honestly, the numbers doesn't really concern me that much.
Yeah.
You know, but it's more about the piece and the interaction behind.
Yeah.
You know, I can tell you there's a story for. I mean, other than the big brands, there's not much story to it.
Yeah.
But every piece after these big brands, there's a story and the meaning behind it. Every single one. I don't buy just for the sake of it.
Yeah.
I used to. You know, I used to because of the price, because of the looks, and because of how in demand it was.
Yeah.
But right now I don't. I don't follow the trend. I like to create my own trend.
That's great.
You know, and one fact I can tell you guys is the only Patek I have is the Aquanaut 5167 1A. I got it in 2015.
Right.
At a discount.
Yeah.
Patek doesn't give discount.
Yeah.
But I got it. Okay, why? Because at that time, 2015, the euro was doing really bad, so they had to regulate the price. So I got the Patek, the Aquanaut, for 60,000 ringgit.
Okay. Fair enough.
So I would say, in some ways, I consider myself lucky.
Yeah.
Like every piece I buy, so far, touch wood. Touch wood. The price has increased. Even though I'm not. I mean, honestly speaking, if you ask me, am I not happy when I see the prices increase? Of course, I'm happy.
Yeah, of course.
Right?
Yeah.
Because I would say like, oh, I do have taste.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when I sell it, I haven't sold any of my
Yeah.
watches yet. I haven't sold. Yeah. So, just keep it, whatever, if you like it. If you don't, give it to someone else, or just trade it in, or whatsoever.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
And after that, a lot of pieces. Just a few more. After that, I also I purchased Fena Marie. Marie Blue. Blue. Yeah.
That's quite recent, isn't it?
Relatively recent.
Yeah,
I think it was end of last year,
Yeah.
if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
A beautiful piece, very, very nice, very well made for that price point.
Yeah.
I think it was around 500 USD.
Yeah.
Mega quartz. Can't complain. Great piece as a gift or whatsoever. Very, very nice. Yeah. And then other than the burgundy, I also got the green for the JLC.
It was tribute.
Because my end goal is to get the blue as well.
Okay.
So I have all three.
Right.
And I'm going to do another painting of my mom's. So one is fire red, which is the flower,
Yeah.
a green grass theme, and an A for blue.
Oh.
So, and I can
very
pass on
nice.
to the next generation.
Okay.
That's really
Yeah.
cool.
And then I have another piece from Noon, if you guys know, Nuun.
No.
If you guys
No.
Nun, no? It's a collaboration with an Instagrammer called The Wrong Wrist. A very nice guy. Recently relocated to Hong Kong. He created 25 pieces. So I was one of them that purchased it. So it's this beautiful piece. So I'm sure we'll have some images linked down there. Another one. This is kind of cute. This one has also been relatively popular. Have you seen it? You do recognize it?
Yes,
the
yes.
shape. So this is the Ophion. This
Yeah.
is the Kyot Spectra, created by Ophion, the limited edition petrol, and the Horrorfil Amir. So this piece, it's a made in Germany and Switzerland. You can see over here, 30% German and 70% Swiss.
Okay.
Sold for the movement manual wine, 120 hours power reserve, double barrel. Blasted titanium. We also have a satin finish as well as gold applied brigade numerals. This case is a bit different. We call this the teardrop lugs, or the nickname we call it the carry lugs. Because Carry Voutilainen's pieces, majority uses this lugs, and this is by his company.
Okay.
Voutilainen and Katan. Okay, so this is created by them. So this was £4,000. Great piece, and just a fun piece. Yeah, have a look, please.
Not too pricey, I would say, for what it is.
So this is also 50, limited to 50 pieces.
Right.
Yeah. So if you can realize, there's actually a theme between my independent watchmaking journey. They're all collaborations.
Yeah.
Yeah. Except it's not double signed.
Collaborations, most are limited to a certain extent, limited or limited production.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because what I think is, I'm getting one watch for the. I'm getting, how do you say, one price for the two watches, right? Yeah. So this is Ophion.
Very nice.
It comes with this exact strap.
Exact everything.
Okay.
So one of the reasons why I'm going to Singapore is I'm going to go meet a strap guy. Atelier Kai.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm trying to get some straps made by him. Yeah. So it's gonna be a quick trip.
Very nice.
All right. So extremely lightweight because this is titanium.
Right. So while they're looking at it,
Yeah.
I have another question. Like, you have, in a way, quite a number of pieces already. Do you wear every single one of your watches?
Well, the pieces I have here, I do. I do. Because I still have some back at home. Yeah. But what I like to do is, depending on where I'm going, I try to find pieces that will fit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So do I wear my watches? Maybe the newer ones, yes. The older ones, not so much.
Right.
So I have the tendency to actually sell my Patek. Yeah, even though I said that I don't sell, but because I know, well, obviously the market right now is not doing too well, but hopefully when the market gets better, I want to trade it in for another big piece.
I mean, if you're trading in, doesn't matter if the market is bad or good, percentage-wise is around there, right? Because the pieces that you want it's
more than my Patek. It's worth more.
Okay, fair enough.
So the thing is, I want to break even.
Right. Okay. Well, hopefully in your case,
if anyone's listening, make me an offer. Justin.
Just in
Just in
time.
time.
There we go.
Well, hopefully when in terms of your Patek goes up, the piece that you want stays.
It's I will tell you guys a bit more about that piece later, but
Yeah.
it's extremely special.
Yeah.
And you can't find it anywhere else. Yeah, which is the same brand as this, the last one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I really like the applied railroad track.
It's thick.
Yeah.
I mean, the indices, right? Or
The
railroad track. Oh, right.
the
Yeah.
railroad track.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, it's a fun watch.
Yeah.
4,000 pounds. 120 hours power reserve.
Yeah, it's impressive.
You can't complain. Yeah.
So what movement is it?
So this is. I don't think this is a in-house. I think it's also a third party. I've forgotten, but 120 hours power reserve. Yeah. And because I'm really close with the limited edition petrol, so why not? Good friends and nice guy, so good piece, right? So after that, I actually last year of November, I had a piece that I ordered but hasn't arrived just yet. So it's been a year plus. This is my longest wait. It's Masena Lab Hub Ring.
The gold one, right?
By J.N. Shapiro,
Yeah.
Level 3. So I didn't get the opportunity to purchase the Ming honeycomb, which I was kind of bummed out. But I somehow signed up for the newsletter.
Yeah.
So when this piece was launched, I think 1 or 2 days prior, I had a private email to invite me to purchase this piece.
Oh.
So I was extremely lucky because I think this went out in 6 minutes or something.
Yeah.
And it's not cheap. It's 9,000 USD.
So why were you selected for that private?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I really don't know.
Okay.
And I was thinking about it. The funny thing was, I remember I was on my bed. I'm like, do I want it?
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't look that great.
Yeah.
But it kind of does. So I had like 30 minutes to an hour to think about it.
Yeah.
In the end, I was like, you know what? I'll just buy it. Because at that time, I didn't know anything about Harbing. I didn't know who J.N. Shapiro is and all that. They were like a new field.
Yeah.
But then once I purchased it, then obviously I had to do my homework.
Yeah.
Then I realized Harbing 2 was Richard and Maria. They do one of the best pieces. So yeah, I can't complain.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Well, in hindsight,
Yeah.
I would say that missing out on the Ming 17
Yeah, the
line,
honeycomb,
it's not too bad.
I
The whole
heard.
fiasco, right?
Yeah,
I heard
Yeah.
because from made famous by Horo Mario, bro.
Yes.
Yep.
Right
Yeah.
when he took the picture of the misalignment.
Yeah.
So that was unfortunate because I know Swatch Etienne does good things, but maybe it's just a matter of
Yeah.
luck that
Yeah.
missed out, right? But again, I missed out on that, and I got in for the Masena Level 3. So
Yeah.
in some ways, blessing in disguise.
If it's meant to be, it's meant to
yeah,
be.
again, I totally agree with you. If it's meant to be, it's meant to be.
Yeah.
And then before we head on to this, I actually still have another. Well, other than the Atelier one, I have another 4 incomings. So I've actually purchased 16 pieces this year.
Oh my god. Oh
Yeah,
my
I
god.
purchased 16.
Yeah.
So that's
Wow.
that's kind of crazy, right? Yeah.
Not kinda. It is crazy. Not kinda.
Again, I got this. I got back into the game just last year, April.
Yeah.
So it's dangerous.
Yeah.
It really is dangerous.
Yeah.
So one of the other pieces that's coming in, it's older piece. It's Louis Ahad. The
The funky one.
the Vianney Halter. So Vianney Halter is a Frenchman who does steampunk inspired independent watches, but his piece is also really expensive. I think they start off with like 200,000 USD, which I can never get. So I'm getting the brother of that. Yeah, and I also have another one from Kodoke, the
Okay.
German watchmaking guy, and another one from Atelier Haute Complication, maybe new to you guys. He is the disciple of F.B. Jean.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm getting that. But other than all that, my favorite piece is actually the one for the last,
Right.
which you may or may not have heard. It's this little gem over here.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Yeah. So extremely special piece to me. Extremely special. Please. This is the UR100 V T-Rex. Okay, why they call it T-Rex is because they have a other older brother, 105 T-Rex, and you can see the case is like Guilloche. So you can see I have a thing for gray and Guilloche.
Yeah.
Right? So this is limited. Most of the UR100Vs are limited to 25 pieces, but this is 22. Okay, so this is bronze and artificially patinaed. We have is automatic with this with the rotor at the back, and we have this they call it the satellite numbering like that on top.
Yeah.
So this was inspired by AP's Starlight.
Wow.
So this is my most prized and one of my newest NWA.
Oh, does it get patina eventually?
You can add patina to it, but because I have another friend in Dubai who has artificially patinaed his piece.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you take good care of it, I mean, like I've only had this for 6 months. Yeah. So
because I'm wondering because if I should touch the bronze or not.
No,
right?
touch it whatever, man. It's
Yeah.
okay. Like, it's okay. I don't really baby my pieces. I've dropped this by accident. So,
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's made of a tank, so
Yeah. But try it on, please. You gotta try it too. Yeah. So this is definitely my most prized and favorite piece.
And
Considering I have all this and the one in Hong Kong.
And how do you get this?
How did I get this?
Yeah, as in where do you get it? Yeah.
So this was out a year plus ago. So again, I didn't get it straight from retail.
Yeah.
I got it online from this website called European Watch Company. But they're not from Europe. They're from Boston.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's a.
I got it at a very good price.
Okay, it's a secondary
Market, yeah. So because unfortunately for Urworks, it's unless you have really good connections, it's kind of hard to get firsthand. Yeah, because normally because it's already so limited. There's only 22.
Yeah.
So obviously they give it to the best of friends.
Yeah.
But this one's quite different. This is what's the
So this is-
complication called? Jumping hours, right?
No, this is the satellite.
Satellite.
Yeah. So inspired, but so wrong way. Yeah. So the crowns, we can do it like here. Let me show you right here. So here we have the crown at 12 o'clock. You just pull it out and you just twist it. So right now it's 3:15, 30, 4. And just like that.
Okay. Then
So right now,
five,
there's nothing to look at unless
right.
you do a time lapse. Okay, and then it'll slowly go like that.
then 5 and
Yeah. So please.
Curious.
Yes.
Did you went for the raffle for the matte edition?
No, MBNF?
Yeah.
Yeah, so for MBNF, funny story, the only piece I like is the LM1 or LM101.
It's the one that there's two.
Yes, so LM, other than that, I'm not the biggest fan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Surprising because I think the MAD it sort of have that kind of vibe, sort of.
Yeah, so
sort of,
that's the one with the Miota.
Yes, the
right?
upside down.
Yeah, upside down.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, but that's a cool piece too. Cool piece. Yeah.
It's overhyped, but it's cool. Yeah,
It's
definitely
a nice piece.
overhyped.
It's a nice piece. Yeah. But this one, I have to say, is really something for me.
It is.
Yeah. Like, once you go into independent watchmaking, it's hard to go back. But once you get into work, it's hard to go back.
Okay.
So what I'm doing right now is I'm slowly trying to consolidate my pieces into Uworks.
Oh.
yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
So which is why my next piece, because Uworks are not cheap.
Yeah.
So you're gonna trade the Patek?
No. I'm still keeping
No,
this.
as in the Patek for another
yes,
Uwork.
yes. Definitely. Again, so if anyone wants a Patek, let me know. Maybe an offer.
Well, I mean, direct trade. So anybody, reach out to this guy right here.
So this is it's different. It's different.
Yeah. I mean, as you progress, you can see like that's why I say that you really started out with your piece left field, right? Ish, right? As for I think for a mainstream watch, this is considered left field already. I would
It
say,
is, right?
yeah.
I would
And
say
then
so
you
too.
went like
The
even
GP,
more left,
yeah.
even more left and left and left and
Left
left.
and went to left and two door.
Yeah. Oh
And it
man,
came
but
back.
very very interesting watch journey.
Yeah.
Unique for sure.
Yeah.
And definitely, I would say it's interesting and always refreshing to have people that lack of better words create their own path, right?
Yeah.
Rather than
Following the trend.
following
Thank
or
you.
being
Thank you.
dictated by mainstream media and everything, right? I mean, we are to a certain extent victims of it sometimes as well,
Which is no
right?
problem. No problem.
Yeah.
It's all good.
But yeah, it's interesting, definitely interesting.
amazing collection.
Yeah,
It's because in Hong Kong, everyone, well,
it's common, right?
I mean, in terms of the Pateks,
Yeah.
it's like when they show the what's that called? There's the Pepsi with the meteorite dial.
Mm-hmm.
It's really rare.
Yeah.
But there's like 8 or 7 of them, like together taking a wrist shot. Like,
Yeah.
it's rare, but you have like 7 or 8 of you guys here. You know?
Yeah.
So for me, to my friends that know me as an independent watchmaking guy. Yeah. So there you
Great.
go.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
now that we are sort of done with your collection,
Yes.
Throughout this, I would say this
Short period.
this short stint, and amazing journey that you have, what is the thing that you would do differently if you could go back in time?
Okay, that's a really good question.
Yeah.
Buy more UX.
Good. Back how long ago?
Back
okay.
when you first started, 2019.
Let me tell you, because I actually studied in Switzerland.
Yeah.
I studied my uni in
Oh,
Switzerland.
okay, not that far back.
Back in
Okay.
2011.
Right.
So imagine in 2011, when I was
Right.
into UX,
Yeah.
a Trivia,
Yeah.
FV Jean,
Yeah.
Philippe Dufour.
Yep.
Right? So it's I mean, there's no, how do you say it? There's no best time
Yeah.
Yep.
than right now to just start. You know,
Yep.
go with the flow, buy what you can afford, buy what you like. Don't buy for other people, don't buy for their eyes, buy it for yourself. Because in the very end, you are the one that's looking at it every day.
Yeah.
Right?
Definitely.
So it may be a Baltic or whatever, Uwerk, Rolex, they're fine. They're solid watches, they really are. But just really buy for what you like.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
So all of this is for myself. But I don't care if you don't like. People have been saying, you know, like Uwerk sucks. I'm like, yeah, no problem. It's your opinion.
Yeah.
I love it. Don't buy it. You know,
Yeah.
leave some for me.
Yeah.
No problem.
So to me, it's like two things, right? One, other people's opinion doesn't matter, and second,
Definitely.
in a way, lack of better words, respect people's choices as well. You may disagree. You can say that you don't like it, but respect people's choices, right?
course.
There are people that collects like thousands of G-Shocks rather than buying.
Yo, that's
that's-
impressive,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
So to me, that's fine. That's their thing.
Finding space to fit 1,000 G-Shocks
Yeah.
is kind of crazy too.
Yeah.
So there was a guy that I'll show you guys a picture that only collects G-Shocks and stuff,
Yeah.
and even though he can afford or consolidate it to
Bangkok?
a quote unquote, no, Malaysia.
Malaysia?
Yeah,
Oh,
Malaysia,
wow,
yeah.
okay.
So quote unquote, consolidate and get a quote unquote better watch. You can, but that's not his thing.
No,
Yeah,
whatever.
exactly.
Yeah, I mean, there's no right or wrong.
So
There's
I
no
think
right or wrong.
everybody has their own, in a way, journey to partake in, and their own style, their own thing.
Yeah,
Right.
of course.
Figure it out yourself.
Of course.
And go with that, and don't let anybody ruin you. And yeah,
Yeah, I totally agree. Totally
definitely.
agree.
So
Realized.
Yeah. It is, right? Yeah.
I didn't realize.
Chapek does
Really
great.
cool.
And the crazy thing is, I've never seen this in person. So sometimes you gotta go with your gut.
Yeah.
If you like it, just get it. Worry later.
Yeah.
Buy first.
definitely. Right. So what is your thoughts, right, on the current, in a way, watch industry? Went wrong, in terms of things get really hyped, and you get people that are, in a way, not exactly watch enthusiasts that get in for the brand, for the status and stuff, although it's tapered down, but it's still relatively high.
Sure.
What are your thoughts on that?
So I think, with that said, reflecting on my collection, you already know that I'm already away from mainstream. But being said that, independent watchmaking such as Chapek or Moritz Grossman or Lang & Heine, all that, they're starting to get more attention,
Yeah.
which is scaring me.
You'll become the next thing. The chain happens,
Yeah.
right?
So,
Yeah.
like right now, I think a week ago, SHH in Singapore, Sincere, opened up the independent watch shop targeted for just independent watchmaking.
Yeah.
That scares me. It's because when the big boys starts coming in, I have to find something more niche,
Yeah.
which is what I'm doing right now. So this is the thing is, should I share with you guys? Like, I don't know, you know. But because I'm such a nice guy, I will let you know. So last time, I was able to find a watchmaker of the name of Qin Gan, if you guys know. Qin Gan, he is a Chinese watchmaker who produces quality similar to Lange. I'll show you right now.
Wow.
He is a hidden secret. Well, not so hidden anymore. Now I'm telling you guys.
I'm cutting this
Alright.
episode. I'm cutting this
Just
part
for
out
you
of the
guys.
episode, by the way. So
So German silver.
Right.
Very German inspired.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, German watchmaking.
Mm-hmm.
So in his day job, he's a videographer.
Yeah.
But this is his freaking hobby.
Mm-hmm.
So this is it. So first glance, you might think it looks like 1815
Yep.
Saxonia and all that. But you have to understand, this is a one-man band.
Yeah.
Created in his second floor office in Chongqing. Okay? This is all his other work. Okay? So for me, we should no longer, just be set in the, in the fields of Instagram. You should do your own research.
What is your advice?
Yes.
For, let's say, someone that wants to get into India? Yeah.
Okay. That's really good. Don't buy the watches that I'm buying. Leave me the spot. I'm just joking. No. Be active. Ask as many questions. Like whoever's Instagram profile you fancy, reach out to them, because you can never lose just by saying hi. Really reach out and ask all the questions you want. You don't have to take the style, but this is how you learn.
Right.
For me is sometimes I wouldn't say mistakes, but one question you asked earlier was, if I could go back, what would I have learned? I would want to have discovered my passion for independent watchmaking, not just watches, but independent watchmaking. Because as I mentioned, every single piece, my independent has a story behind. This is basically walking to AD. Do you have a discount?
Yeah.
I asked 3 times, and then the 4th time they sell it to me. That's my story. It's so basic, So and then to door. Do you want it? Okay. That's like 17,000 ringgit.
Yeah.
Wow, so fast. But for these pieces, I get to embrace the people behind it. I get to understand the process. I get to know who they are. I know, like Atelier Wen, I know who I'm buying it from. They're so transparent.
Yeah.
Do you think you can walk up to the Rolex CEO and ask them, like, I don't think so. AP? No. You can't even get an AP. So for me, it's just go ask questions, make friends, go do your own research, go explore what you like.
Yeah.
There's no wrong.
Yep. I'll add on to that, right? So I think I said it just now as well before the podcast, that the watch community is one of the friendliest one. Prior to today, I have not met Justin as well. Right.
Yeah. I think we met like 3 or 4 days ago.
Yeah. So with the power of Instagram, thanks to that, I get to know the existence of this amazing person. And with that, we get to experience watches that we will not have seen
otherwise.
Right. Like it's difficult pieces to, they're not common pieces around, right? So thanks to you, thanks to your nice taste that you have, we get to experience this, right? So that's amazing, right?
Thank you.
And the thing is as well, what I like you say, what I would agree on is the thing that you say about going through that journey, right? Because a lot of people are not willing to go through that journey, right? So I have friends that told me many times, right? They say, you have spent so much money on this, why don't you just consolidate and you can buy a Rolex from a great dealer? I was like, yes, but
Why?
Yeah. I don't want, Even if I want to get a Rolex, I'll just get it from an AD. I will rather wait, right? There's no rush. I can enjoy individual pieces as I go.
I rarely pay for markup prices. Even this one I got below retail. I tell you, after I got this, the price increased as well. So I have to say, like, I don't want to jinx anything or not, but every piece I've got, after a month or plus, the price has increased. So talk to me, I'll let you know what's the next outlet coming. Atelier Wen. All right. But other than that, really do your research, do your homework.
Definitely.
Great.
And I think a lot of people are in a way, they want, in a way, a quick way. They say, it's like, tell me what to buy. Tell me what I want to buy. It's like, oftentimes I get that question. It's like, oh, I have, could you recommend me a watch? It's like, there's so much more questions I need to ask you first. Like, what's your budget? What type of watch do you like? You're in dress, you want sports.
Correct.
What kind of style?
It's a journey.
It's a journey, right? And oftentimes, your taste change and your taste evolve, right? I would say not change, but evolve, right? As you learn and everything. I used to not in a way not like big watches. I started out with wearing like 34mm watches and so on, and you change, right?
Yeah.
Of course,
And that's
of course.
totally fine as long as you explore and you, in a way, learn right through your watch journey. I think that's the most critical thing. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Agree.
I think that's a perfect way to close it off.
Absolutely.
I think we learned more from you today.
Definitely.
But definitely, I think you schooled us
No,
on like
no,
independent watches and everything, right?
There's so much to it. There's so much. I mean, honestly, this is just the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah.
You know, there's so much more into. Again, if you guys are looking for value pieces, really look for independent watchmaking. Because a lot of the times, again, there's no hate towards AP Rolex and PB all that, but majority of that, of the price you're paying, it's for the sales who's not serving you,
Yeah.
the chief design or like the marketing officer, and all those people behind that increases and high up the price.
Yep.
It's not worth it.
Yeah. So what more says that if it's retail, it's a little bit marked up already, I would say, compared to the value of it, and great dealer price, that is so let's leave it as that.
I don't encourage that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's up to you. All good.
All right. So hope you guys enjoy today's episode as well. And if you guys want to find out more, please look up Justin's Instagram.
Thank you.
At JUSTINTIME.HK.
I think that's it. I think that's it. It'll be down the description. Yeah.
All right. See you for another one, guys.
Thank you.